Rabbit Kits Development Training Part 2. Kit development from 1 to 3 weeks old. By the time rabbit kits reach about 1 week old, you will begin to notice clear physical changes. The first major change is fur development. Around day 6 to day 8, a thin layer of fur begins to appear on the kit's bodies. This fur helps them retain heat better, so they gradually become less dependent on the thick fur covering inside the nest. However, the nest must still remain warm and protected. At this stage, the kits are still blind. Rabbit kits usually open their eyes between day 10 and day 12. When their eyes finally open, they begin to respond more actively to movement and light. You may notice them stretching, crawling slowly, and adjusting their position inside the nest. This is completely normal. But here is something very important every rabbit farmer must know. During this stage, the kits are still fully dependent on their mother's milk. Even though they are growing quickly, they are not yet ready for solid feed. The mother rabbit will continue feeding them once or twice per day because rabbit milk is extremely rich in nutrients. The kits grow rapidly even with these short feeding sessions. Now, let's talk about nest hygiene. Between 1 and 3 weeks old, the nest box can begin to accumulate moisture, droppings, and urine. If the nest becomes too wet or dirty, it can attract bacteria and parasites. This may lead to serious health problems such as skin infections, weak immune response, high kit mortality. So it is very important to monitor the nest condition regularly. If the bedding becomes too wet, carefully replace only the dirty section while leaving enough of the original nest material so the kits remain comfortable. Never remove the entire nest suddenly, because this can stress the mother rabbit. Around 2 weeks old, another interesting change begins to happen. The kits will start to become curious about their surroundings. They may begin to crawl toward the edge of the nest box, and some may even attempt to explore outside the nest briefly. This is the beginning of their environmental awareness. At this stage, make sure the cage floor is safe. Large wire gaps or sharp surfaces can injure the young kits. A properly designed cage floor is very important for kit safety. By the time the kits reach 3 weeks old, their bodies will be stronger, their fur fully visible, and their eyes fully open. This is also the stage when they will begin to show interest in their mother's feed. But introducing solid feed must be done carefully, because their digestive system is still developing. In the next and final part, we will discuss when rabbit kits start eating solid feed, the correct weaning age, when to separate them from the mother, and common mistakes farmers make during weaning. These mistakes can seriously affect growth and survival. So understanding the weaning stage is extremely important for every rabbit farmer. Like and follow